Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger with an exciting new story of real life in the Old West.
The easy road to popularity is to tell people what they want to hear. But what happens when a conscientious man knows that the popular thing is the wrong thing? When he realized California must surrender to the Americans, this was the problem faced by Don Antonio Olvera.
Governor Pico, what shall we do?
Senores, let's face this problem squarely. Is there a solution? What do you think, Olvera?
Your Excellency, our position is hopeless. We're overwhelmed by sheer weight of numbers. Kearny's army threatens us from the south and the east. Commodore Stockton's fleet blockades San Pedro. His Marines can force a landing at any time.
Don't be too pessimistic, Olvera. We drove the last landing back into the water.
With due respect, Governor Pico, he has since been reinforced by the Savannah, a 54-gun ship of the line. Facing it, we have 2 cannon, both 100 years old. Fremont's Bear Flag Army advances from the north. They're now camped at San Fernando. North, south, east, west. And here we are. Fish in a net.
Those are American helmets, senores. We have won a victory.
Compañeros, this is a great day for California. We have learned to fight the American. We won a fine victory at San Pascual, and it's only the beginning. Soon, my friends, will drive these gringos back across the desert.
Juan! Juan!
Dolores! Dolores, querida.
Oh.
Dolores, we ran them off the field. Professional soldiers, and still we beat them.
Are you hurt? Any wounds?
Oh, see, I brought back a souvenir. A gringo jacket.
Oh, Juan, it had blood on it.
Naturally, do you think he gave it to me? Please, my friends, not now. We must report to the governor. Maybe this will put courage in the old man, huh? Come back, Toro.
Victory, Your Excellency, at San Pascual. I brought you dispatches from your brother.
I'm glad you're safe, Juan. The lieutenant is about to marry my daughter.
Congratulations, Lieutenant. You join a fine family. Excuse me. Andres never gives details. Come on, tell us about the battle.
The Americans were camped in a village. General Pico hit our main body in a ravine a mile from their lines. We advanced and challenged them with 50 men. These dragoons, these professionals, they formed a line of battle and charged. We deliberately turned and ran. We threw down our sombreros, our capes, even some lances. I kept shouting, "Oh, please, save me from these terrible gringos!" In their eagerness to capture us, they broke formation. We stayed just out of reach and led them by our main body. Then, General Pico hit them on the flank. We wheeled and struck the center. They broke and fled. If it weren't for their artillery, we would have wiped them out. One cannot fight cannon with lances.
You don't show much enthusiasm, Senor Olvera.
Captain, a notable feat of arms. But, senores, a pinprick in the hide of a giant, nothing more.
We proved we could meet that cavalry. Now, if we had just guns enough to match their artillery...
You'd win, I believe that. But we don't have the guns. Or much else.
We have been discussing the whole course of the war. Senores, you may listen if you like. Go on, Don Agustin.
This victory means we can lay down our arms with honor. But lay them down we must.
Senors, we bring you victory. You talk of surrender?
Captain, please.
But, Your Excellency, surrender an army still able to fight. It's cowardly.
Still able to fight, Captain, but not to win. This is necessity, not free choice. Suppose we did fight on. Suppose by some miracle and by the certain sacrifice of our best young men, we were able to check the enemy here in California. Have we gained anything? No. Here in Mexico, this is where the war will be won or lost, and it is being hopelessly lost. Veracruz has fallen. General Santa Anna was beaten at Buena Vista. American troops march on Mexico City. Senores, we Californians continued to fight against overwhelming odds, hoping to pin down American troops. We succeeded, but our actions can no longer affect the course of the war. We can do nothing here but die. By surrendering now, we gained the most favorable terms and saved the lives of our young men.
Save your concern. You asked us to quit when we seen the backs of the enemy. We're soldiers. Good ones. Your faith in us is too weak.
On the contrary, our regard for you is greater than your own.
Words, sir. Words. If you supplied more cannon and less words, it would be the gringos who begged for peace. We refuse to surrender.
Enough. Be content with the honor you have won, Captain. Don't force me to deal with you as a rebel. Any more opinions, senores?
Senor Olvera has said it all.
Very well. Meet with Colonel Fremont and arrange for the surrender of California.
Caballeros, in time you...
Captain Rocha!
Follow me, gentlemen.
Gentlemen, I'm Colonel Fremont. Which of you will speak for Governor Pico?
I will. Don Agustin Olvera.
Judge Olvera?
May I present General Andres Pico, military commandant, and Squadron Commander Jose Carrillo.
The terms of the treaty are simple. Disband military forces. Surrender such artillery as you have. Your lives and property will be secure. Your religion will be respected. Everyone will have equal rights under equal law.
The terms are very generous.
We want them to be. I've been instructed to preserve the friendliest relationships with the Californians. You sign, gentlemen? Thank you, gentlemen. Oh, one moment. Judge Olvera, I speak also for Kearney and Stockton. We don't want to rule by martial law, but we can't establish civil government without men of your caliber. Would you consider serving us in your present capacity?
I might do you more harm than good. I strongly urge the surrender so the appointment might be misunderstood.
By whom? Anyone with an ounce of sense knows you were beat.
No one likes to surrender, Colonel. Even when it's necessary, no one wants to face it.
You don't have to give your answer now. Think it over. For obvious reasons, we could use a link with the past. You with the civil law. There'll be no one to take over if you don't.
So, it's now Don Pio Pico, private citizen. Not even Don, Mr. Pio Pico.
You can still be Judge Olvera.
How? You know what the people would think?
Let me give you my experience as governor. Don't worry about what people think. Most of them don't. They only feel. Besides, whether they love you or hate you, they need you. We all need friends in the new government.
Suppose the appointment causes trouble.
If there's trouble, Olvera, you will not be the cause, only the excuse.
It can't be.
Quiet! Quiet!
Fremont has appointed a new civil judge, Augustine Olvera. Olvera said he wanted to save our lives. He wanted to save his job. Are we going to be bound by a traitors' treaty?
No.
I say, show these gringos we're men. Make them respect us.
See.
That'll do us more good in the future than any surrender. Come, De Toro.
Dolores, may I come in?
No.
Please, Dolores. What happened?
Nothing.
Oh? You are crying on general principles?
Did we have to surrender, Papa?
My dear, listen to me and try to understand. Wars are fought. One side wins, the other loses. Then it is over. Sometimes it is good to die in a lost cause, but one must use judgment about when to live and when to die. Mexico cannot win. She can only suffer and bleed. But more important, we couldn't help her anymore. Now, do you understand?
I do, Papa. But no one else does.
Smith!
Were taken from the bodies of two of my men. They're not vaquero lances. They're Mexican cavalry.
And just what do you want from me?
You're the civil authority. I expect you to stop them.
I'm not exactly their favorite advisor, Colonel.
Yes, but one way or the other, they're going to stop. If they want more war, I'll give it to them.
Papa?
Dolores, where can I find Juan?
I haven't seen him since he went hunting.
Hunting what? American dragoons? I didn't ask you if you'd seen him, though I know you have. I asked you if you knew where he was.
He wouldn't want me to tell you, Papa.
You don't have to. Go to him and arrange a meeting. I must talk to him in Rocha. Will you do that?
I'll try.
Dolores.
Buenas noches, señorita.
Dolores, how I've missed you. But you should not have come here.
Papa sent me.
Here? Why?
He wants to talk to you and Captain Rocha.
Has he seen the American colonel recently?
Yes.
Then I know what he wants to say. Talk would not change anything.
He wants it so bad.
Dolores, you know what they tell us in church about forsaking all others. Your father and I may never speak again, but as my wife, you must side with me.
But he's not always wrong.
True. But we cannot live in a house divided. If you think your father is right, go back to him. But do not try to convert me.
Don't make me choose.
Times have made us all choose.
I regret to say it, Olvera, but your position is extremely awkward. Many Californians think that you sold them out, that you expected to... But now, with the rumor that your daughter has joined the insurgents, the Americans don't trust you either.
What the Americans think does not concern me. I've lost contact with our people. Their sympathies are with the caballeros.
Yes, they're even taking pride in them.
He means Rocha's a hero.
And why not? His men ride and fight well. Who knows, senores? Perhaps if we were younger ourselves. They will be tried as prisoners of war.
But there isn't any war. You signed the peace treaty yourself. They'll be tried as bandits and hanged. Do you know how my men feel about this? I only kept the prisoners alive to make an example.
I understand your problem, Colonel, but...
Olvera, between us, I admit, maybe Rocha thought he was right. But as military commandant, I don't care what a man thinks if he kills my men.
I had to face the problem of what people think. So can you. Don't ignore the passions of my people and pamper those of your own. These men are heroes. Fools too, perhaps, but do not call them bandits. They are soldiers, and I will try them as such.
If you don't hang them, I will.
Then I warn you, Colonel. I'll resign. This could cause an uprising.
An uprising? Over you? You're not exactly the best-loved man in Los Angeles.
No, not over me. Over a principle. It will prove that we have no protection under the law. That only those who obey you can stay in office.
All right. You think what you like. But you remember, if there is an uprising, I have the power to suppress it.
Then you'll have to use it. Let the war start again. Slaughter each other. But when I come into court tomorrow, I'll carry my resignation in my pocket. And if you take those prisoners from me, I'm not only through, I'll join the irregulars myself.
Captain, I'll platoon a man at the courthouse tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
May I come in?
Oh? Suddenly you start asking my permission again?
Oh, Papa. Oh, Papa. Papa, don't let them hang him, please. Don't let them hang him.
I doubt that I can stop it.
Then, can we be married first?
Now you care what I want?
I always have, Papa. Only
You thought I wouldn't understand because I'm old. Dolores, I wasn't born old. You have my blessing.
Oh, ahí viene.
His Honor, Don Antonio Olvera, Judge of the First Instance. Everybody rise. Be seated. Prisoners, approach the bench.
Ricardo Rocha, Juan de Toro.
Murderers.
Prisoners of war who have violated the peace treaty. Have you any defense? Apparently you felt dishonored by surrender. Tell me, senores, is honor satisfied now that you've shed more blood? Are the caballeros killed in your raid now reveling somewhere in their glory? Or are they just dead? Stupidly dead? The children of these men cannot eat this glory of their fathers. They make the real sacrifice. It is left to cowards like us to remember our duty and fill their little bellies. Have you no wisdom, no knowledge, no understanding at all? Can't you see the emptiness of these gestures? Since there is no defense, I sentence you to 5 years in prison.
Come on.
Get back in line! You heard me! Get back there! I know the verdict you wanted. I wanted it myself, but we didn't get it. And we're not going to pay the price to get it. They were fools for honor. We won't be fools for revenge. At considerable cost to himself, Judge Olvera has been for the cause of California-American friendship. As a symbol of that friendship, he's too valuable to lose. We'll abide by his decision.
A few months later, Mexico suffered defeat, as Olvera predicted. A general amnesty was declared. All the prisoners of war were released, permitting Dolores Olvera to be reunited with her bridegroom. After California became a state, Don Agustin Olvera was elected the first judge of Los Angeles.